Hello everyone, Mama Shark here. Today I will be comparing the Willow, the Elvie, and the Freemie pumps. These are all classified as travel pumps, and I'm here to help you decide which one to buy because I know this can be a really difficult decision and a really exciting time as well, knowing that there's freedom at the end of the tunnel. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a rundown of what I will be discussing today because this will be a long video, but if you want to know about a specific thing, feel free to go in the description box and I have lined out the table of contents and where exactly in the video I talk about it, so you don't have to waste your time watching the whole video. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the different parts of each of these pumps. I will talk about the size, as you could probably already tell. I'm going to talk about output and efficiency and suction powers, the leaking, how and the positions of pumping that you can have these pumps in, the battery life and expectancy of life, the sound, if it's truly discreet or not, and it'll help you decide where you can actually pump with these and wherever you're going to be. The flange sizes and the app comparison to determine how you can, if you can control these pumps from your phone or not. And ultimately, why we all really care about watching this is the price of each of these pumps, so you can properly decide if it's worth it for you. So please stay tuned. I have a lot more to tell you. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and talk about parts. I'm going to start with the Freemie here. This is actually probably the most parts you have here. It has a lot of parts to it. And I will do a separate video on how you can sanitize some of these parts, because some of these parts, not just the Freemie, but the Elvie and the Willow, can get warped, and obviously if they get warped you can't really use the pump anymore, or that part specifically anymore. So we have to be careful with how you decide to sanitize. But with the parts, we have the actual motor that creates the suction. We have tubes, specifically 3, and we have the actual cup. And if you open this up, it actually has a few more parts. You have the valve, you have a little, I'm not going to talk about the actual name of the parts, but as you can see here, there's a lot of parts, and this actually comes apart as well. And when you put this back on, gotta click it back in, click this back in, and then it has a little spout for the milk when you're done pumping and you want to take the milk out. You have a little spout there, which you have to practice to take the milk out so you don't lose any. But basically, this is what comes with a Freemie Liberty. Moving on to the Elvie, and I also have a Willow versus Elvie video. If you're specifically just interested in those two, I will put that in the links in the description box below. But basically the Elvie comes with a few parts. You have the little flange and the little disc, green disc, and then you open this and you have a little bottle, little valve-y thing, and this plastic piece that goes on top. And that is what comes with the Elvie. Of course, I'm not showing you the chargers. Those are separate, and we'll talk about that later in the video. So that is the Elvie pump. And the Willow, I would say, has the least number of parts. We have the pump, we have the flange, and we have the little, I forgot what this is called, but we have a little piece over here that collects the milk. All right, and okay, so let's talk about flanges and flange sizes, because I know we're all different and we need different flange sizes. So the Freemie comes with a 28 millimeter, and also in the box you'll have the 25 millimeter, sorry. With Elvie as well, these are included. With the Elvie, you have the 24 millimeter flange, and you also have the 28 in the box as well. With the Willow here, what comes with it is a 24 millimeter, and if you want, you can buy the 27 millimeter. Most women fit in the 24, and you have some inserts that can also help with sizing, and I will have a separate video on that. But you know, these are the flange sizes for the pumps. So let's talk about size, because these pumps ultimately will go in your bra, and you don't want to look too crazy, like Dolly Parton kind of crazy, or Pamela Anderson, whatever. Okay, so I will show you these up close so you can determine yourself which one is more suited for you. However, I assure you they will all look abnormal, and especially if you're big chested. Okay guys, for size comparison and how it's gonna look inside the bra, I just wanted to put them all next to each other, as you can see here. And I'm gonna start by showing you which one is going to protrude more. So if you go down like this, as you guys can see, if we sit it right up here, Willow would take that. Next would be the Freemie, and then the Elvie. So the Willow most likely will be the one protruding. Yep, that is correct. The Willow will be the one protruding the most, even though the difference is really, at this point, irrelevant, because they're all going to look bigger. But basically the smaller one, the smallest one is going to be the Elvie right here. And then lengthwise, and again, that's not going to matter either, it would be the Elvie. I'm sorry, the Willow is the longest one. Obviously this is the lightest because the actual pump is not in the cup. Then this is the next lightest, and then this is the heaviest here. But we've already talked about effectiveness, and Willow takes it for effectiveness, but also Willow takes it for the heaviest. Okay, so I've done a lot of market research, and I can tell you as well from my experience which one of these pumps would work if you are truly on the move. If you're on the move and you have to lean forward, lean backwards, even sleep or go side to side, the best pump to use for that kind of lifestyle is the Willow Pump. The Willow Pump is advertised, and in my experience, does not leak, whatever way you need to pump in. So this might be good for you if you want to pump while in the middle of the night and you want to go back to sleep. Please do not leave it on though the whole time. Make sure you have an alarm on, but this is what it is meant for. If you want to even, you know, I don't know, run in it. I wouldn't run in it, but you know what I mean. If you need to move and be on the go, go forward, go backwards, Willow is the way to go. Unfortunately, right now, first generation Elvie, and right now there's no rumors of a second generation coming out, but first generation Elvie has a lot of leaking issues, and it usually comes out of this little button right here, and I have a separate video on that to be uploaded soon. We'll put in the links in the description box below, but I will tell you that the Elvie has leaking problems, but I have a solution for you, so make sure to watch that video. The Freemie also has they tell you, they actually come out and tell you, do not lean forward or backwards or sleep in it because you will leak. The Freemie is meant to stay upright, just like this. So when you have it in, it's supposed to stay like this. Okay, guys? So do not do anything crazy with this one. You also, will have this clipped on your side. So discretion-wise, this might not be as discreet, whereas with the Elvie and the Willow, you can cover up with a scarf or something, or a big shirt or a jacket. I definitely would tell you that you can hide those. This one, you're gonna have wires sticking out. You can technically put it under your shirt with a bunch of wires, but we all know how that's gonna look like. Okay guys, let's talk about charging and battery life, and even pump life expectancy. Okay guys, the Elvie, you can connect to a USB anywhere and it'll charge for you. The Freemie is the same thing. You have a USB cable and you can connect it to anywhere and charge. The Willow, however, comes with its own charger and it only comes with one. So if you want another charger, you need to buy it, so you can only charge one pump at a time. How long does one full charge go for all these pumps? Because if you're on the move, you have nowhere to charge, you really need to know that. For the Willow, I got 6 full pumps and each session is 20 minutes before the battery went out. The Elvie is the least. I got only 4 20-minute sessions out of the Elvie. That's unfortunate. And the Freemie, I got 8 sessions for 20 minutes each. So that's what I got. And life expectancy of these pumps. So this is what's in their manual. For me, they all still work, thankfully. But the Willow at its lowest, 273-hour life expectancy. Again, I've been using it for over a year. It's been working for me. I have not had any issues. So, just bear in mind that they like to be conservative in the manuals and tell you this is how much it's gonna live, but it can always live longer if you're lucky. And with the Elvie, we have 500 hours of usage. And then, with the Freemie, we are at 365 hours. So, again, in the Freemie manual, it doesn't really tell you that's a life expectancy. It just says that's how long we will keep your warranty going on this pump. But I have a feeling that's what it is. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about the sound. And of course, this will affect how discreet these pumps are. I would say keep watching and I will show you right now. I will turn all of them on and you can hear the sound yourself and decide. Okay, so this is the sound test. We're gonna start out with the Freemie, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get close to each pump and let you hear what each one sounds like, and you can decide if it's discreet enough for you. But sound test. Let's start with the Freemie at strength 1. Start now with the Elvie. And last, we're going to listen to the Willow, and the Willow will not operate unless it creates suction. So I'm going to actually put it against a balloon, and then we can test that. All right, guys, here we go with a Willow. All right, guys, so that's the Willow for you. I would say the Freemie Liberty and the Elvie are a little bit quieter than the Willow, but you know, wherever you are, and if you're in a really quiet room, both of them can actually be heard, because when you're pumping with the Elvie, you'll actually hear the milk trickle down. In this one, you won't really hear any milk trickling down, but you will hear the actual pumping. So, you know, I would say it would come down to whether you like the pump for its other attributes other than the sound for these. Okay, so that was the sound. I just wanted to let you guys know what you heard with the Willow, that's actually only the initial phase of the pumping. That's when it actually sucks in the nipple. But when it actually grasps the nipple, the noise is actually a lot less than what you just heard. It's more of a quicker sounding softer machine rather than what you just heard. Again, that sound is more of an adjusting sound, but then when it actually grasps the nipple and starts to extract milk, the sound is probably going to get 50% quieter with a Willow. Okay, guys, before I talk about price, which is ultimately why we care about knowing the differences between these pumps, I'm going to talk about the app comparisons and how you can control these pumps. So I have a detailed app comparison between the Willow and the Elvie in the Willow versus Elvie video, again in the links below. But if you really want to know, just a brief summary, with the Elvie you have the advantage is you have a more precise measurement of what you are pumping. If you just look at your phone, you can tell exactly how much you're pumping, and it's usually very, very accurate. With the Elvie, it is not at all accurate, so you can't really depend on your phone to tell you the accuracy of the amount. However, with the Elvie, you can control the pump, so you can go up and down in suction power and switch from expression mode to stimulation mode. With the Willow, you cannot really do that, so you're going to have to control it from the controls on the actual pump, but that's not really a big deal because, you know, you can just put your finger in there and just go up and down. And then, you know, the Freemie, no app, guys, no app. Just control from the side what you need to do. Yeah, so suction and efficiency. Willow is the most efficient for me, and I've said this in many of my videos. The Willow has a strong suction. It's actually the strongest suction I've experienced in all the pumps in the world, including all travel pumps and all conventional stuck in the wall pumps. So Willow has a strong, even at its lowest setting, it's very strong for me. It has helped me boost my milk supply, which I have another video in the links, and it has helped me empty really quickly, and I once emptied in 5 minutes, guys, which with my Mandela pump takes me 15 minutes. I emptied in 5 minutes with this pump, and not even that, I got a lot more than what I usually get with my other pumps. So I would say for efficiency, this is the most efficient pump ever. The Elvie, guys, it's pretty unfortunate because it doesn't work for everyone, and I know this because I've done market research again on when it usually works for people, and it doesn't work for everyone. It didn't work for me. It's the most comfortable pump I've worn, but when it comes to the efficiency and suction power, it's not that effective. So I barely got milk in that, and I know it works for some people, but I know it doesn't work for a lot. So that's the Elvie pump. The Freemie, I would say it's in the middle of the road. It works, it's great, but in all honesty, you know, when I have other options, I will probably go for the Willow. You know, ultimately what really limits us from getting all these pumps and just, you know, buying them and trying them out and maybe throwing them to the side is the price of these pumps. Not all insurances might cover these pumps, and even if they do, for example, I know I've seen the Freemie on my insurance, they have an upgrade fee. I know though that these pumps are up and coming, and it's been almost a year since I've tried to get a pump through insurance, so I can tell you for sure that insurances are becoming more open to these travel pumps, and you might be able to get your insurance company to cover it. I would definitely call, do not rule it out, even if it's not an option. So for price, I'm going to start out with the cheapest one we have here, which is the Freemie Liberty at $299.99. So that's the Freemie Liberty. Then the next two pumps, the Willow and the Elvie, are actually the same price. So, you know, that should not be a factor in which you decide to buy which pump, because it is the same price. So they're $4.99.99. I will tell you though, guys, they do have a lot of discounts that go out, and I will try to stay on top of them and put them in the links below for you. So if you are interested in the Willow, I could definitely tell you that they have a lot of discounts going on, and again, I will put it in the links below. For the Elvie, you know, they do have the Elvie selling at different distributors, so you can get the Elvie at Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Bye Bye Baby. So you can get the Elvie a lot of places, and those places have their own discounts, so I would definitely look into that. But the Elvie is, but the Willow is only sold through their website, so I will be on top of their discounts, and I will again put them in the links below. I know this is a lot of information. Thank you guys for watching my video. I plan on uploading a few more helpful videos for the Elvie. For example, how to clean this thing, and how you can sanitize and which parts you can sanitize to not damage your Elvie. And finally, how to stop the leaking, guys. How do we stop the leaking? So yes, please subscribe and stay tuned, and I have a lot more to come. Thank you for watching.